we are, bang on time, and not a moment too soon. Hello, and good time zone. And what is up, gamers? Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Mondays. Hello, hello. Hope you're having a good one. Sorry I'm late. If I am, I'm not sure. I don't know. But I'm here, and I'm sweaty, and I've got 3 beverages of varying stages of coldness to hopefully get me through to at least BRB screen time when I can go replenish and get, I don't know, you know, my brain's already melted. My brain is liquid now. You know. So, my brain's already melted. My brain is liquid now. You know. Why am I don't know why I started echoing. Twitch! WTF. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. How's it going, friends? Oh, beans. Yeah, no, my brain has ceased to function, so this should be an interesting stream. But thankfully, we're just doing we're starting out with some low-key finishing this sketch before we paint it anyways, which is fairly low stress because there aren't, permanent-ish paints involved yet. So hopefully that'll go okay. I hope you haven't all left in horror at the bizarre incursion of echo just then. I have no idea what happened there. Literally, I was just looking at the, stream software screen, and suddenly I could hear myself, which was, not a pleasant phenomenon for me, oddly enough. Despite the amount of time I have done things that involve being recorded for posterity, I don't love listening back to the sound of my own voice. Anyways, let me say hi to everyone who's here in chat. Hello, friends. Welcome on in. And hello also to anyone who might be lurking and is not in chat. Hello to you too, but quietly. Hello, Nia. Welcome in. How are you doing? It is lovely to see you. Hello also to Theo, who says, finally well enough to be upright and here when you are live. Hello. It is lovely to see you. Welcome on in. And Samantha's here as well. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? Wonderful to see you. She says, oh my gosh, it is famous internet personality Twitch user Sammy Kelch. Well, I'm certainly the latter of those things. Hi, it's lovely to see you. Welcome. 4 on the dot. Incredible, says Theo. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I did have to do some very complicated things with regard to getting my tea, and as much as I had to pop out an entire tray of ice cubes into the cup, because there is no way I'm not drinking a tea that is not heavily iced today. That's strawberry rhubarb parfait. It is one of my favorite teas from a Canadian maker of teas that I don't get to buy from very often. So I've been rationing this bag of tea because I don't want to run out of it because it's so yummy. But I was like, today sucks and it's too warm, so I want the super yummy strawberry rhubarb tea. Anywho, this is some supports from a 3D print build that my partner was 3D printing, and I just think they look like trees' legs. Like, just this piece that broke off of it just looks so much like a tree's legs that I've kept it, because I'm like, it's leggies. Its little leggies go doot 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 doot. Its little leggies going doot 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 doot. I don't know, maybe it's friends with the Fresno Nightcrawler. Anyways, but yeah, because obviously it's August and it's the hottest day of my life, and therefore what I really wanted to do was channel the spooky season this days. But also I am trying to be a better art, the business of art person, and be a little bit more mindful of the fact that if I'm gonna get stuff out for people to be able to buy from me for spooky season, I actually have to make the spooky art now for it to be available for September. So, hello. Oh, Samantha says, I was just literally thinking this looked like a pair of tree ant / ant legs. They do! This is absolutely tree person legs. Yeah, normally this stuff is just, it's a very low waste way of 3D printing something that needs, additional sort of supports as it's being printed. But sometimes they look like little legs. And I love it so much. It's so silly. But they just make me happy. So we are not allowed to get rid of them or do anything with them. They're my little legs now that live next the workspace, because I'm special. This cutting mat is, I realize it's actually my camera that's on the piss, but it's easier for me to adjust my cutting mat, I think, to look a little bit less silly. But actually, oh, is this stuck? It's really sticky today. I think it might just be a combination of the heat and just the number of things that are sitting on top of it, but this does not want to shift, so I think it's just going to have to be sort of slightly on the wonk. I'm sorry, everybody. Maybe I can subtly adjust my camera. I don't know. Will it stay? No. No, I can't. Sorry, I tried. Anyways, Aoife, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? It's wonderful to see you. Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday, friends. Indigo, hello to you as well. Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. What beverage should I drink first? I'm going to take a sip of my coffee, which is from earlier and is thankfully now very, very cold. It is, I think this is a washed coffee from Bolivia. It's really nice. It's got like, a somewhat funky acidity and a slight nuttiness to it as well. It's just nice. It's just really nice. Anyways. But yeah, I need to, so this sketch is not done because I wanted it to feel very like cozy and sort of like I feel like a lot of coffee shops have somewhat of a minimalist aesthetic. I'm like, can I have this be a coffee shop that has a less minimalist aesthetic? I want it to feel very like cozy and just full of little details that you can enjoy, because I haven't done a little details painting in a little while, but oh, biddle boy, the little details take me forever. And I also need to get this done within the next couple of weeks so I can get it ready for the September shop update, because I'm doing the shop update in September, because I'm really trying to get ahead of, like, the holidays this year, and I'm not going to be able to do that if I don't, you know, like, chop, get on with it. Because I'm a mediocre artist, but I'm an abysmal business person. That's the difference. So my pencil and stuff and all that, just, I have not done any sketching since Friday. So all of my art supplies that are like pencil-y penny stuff are in my purse, it turns out. And I guess I carried them to the supermarket for no reason on Saturday. That was very intelligent of me. Listen, there were a lot of things going on in my brain at the time. Like how I was on basically no sleep and very exhausted from a very big day on Friday. So, cut me some slack, please. Samantha says, we were supposed to have thunderstorms here today, according to the Met Office. My phone even gave me a weather warning. We had some nice rain, but no thunder. I'm so sorry to hear the lack of thunder. I am looking out my window and shouting, Thor? Why have you not blessed us with your nice thunders? I mean, we were supposed to get sunny and hot as balls all day, and it is definitely delivered on that, so, I don't know who's in charge of sunny and hot as balls weather, but I'd be happy for them to take a permanent sabbatical. Who's in charge of humidity? Can they dial it back a bit? They're too powerful. It's not fair. Anyways, now it's just unreasonably warm, says Samantha. Oh no, I wish you many nice cold beverages to hydrate with, and, I don't know, the opportunity to take a really cold shower before bed. I find that, like, temporarily helps me feel a little bit better, is to just take a shockingly cold shower, bring my body's temperature down a little bit, and then immediately afterwards, as soon as I step out of the shower, I feel sweaty and clammy and horrific, but, you know, for that 30 seconds that I'm in the really cold shower, I feel really good. Anyways, I overdid it, says Aoife. Oh no, partying like I was half my age, so now I feel like I'm twice my age, and no, I probably did not hydrate enough. Stream title, Pools Give Beverage. Sip. Anyways, I think sunny and hot as balls weather is Apollo, says Samantha, and you really don't want to piss that guy off? No, I don't. He scares me. Ah, crap. Okay, anyways. Aoife, I'm so sorry that you feel a little overdid it. I hope that some rest will help with that, and I hope that you had fun anyways. Very much I hope that you have fun. I hope it was a good time when you were doing it. Hell yeah. Indigo says, hey guys, Thor here. I have Mondays off this month. Oh. Thanks, Thor. But also, I'm happy for you having a nice rest day. If I could have Mondays off, I would. I would still stream because I love streaming. He is very mean, says Samantha. Turn him down and he wants some sexy times, cursed with the gift of prophecy. Oh no. Oh no. I already feel Cassandra-esque sometimes. With like, oh, the stupidest things though. I have predicted the stupidest things, and people were like, "Oh no, that'll never happen. Let's just wait and see. It'll be fine. It'll be fine." And then it's not fine. You know, I foresaw having to. Do you guys remember in like the extra dark bad thing times when we were having to queue up outside of supermarkets, and the supermarkets were like running out of stuff? Anybody I called that. I called that way ahead of time, and everyone was like, no! And then we did. This is not a humble brag. This is not a flex. This is a curse, okay? It sucks. I called back in, like, 2012, I think, when the first Avengers film came out, that the Marvel movies were going to reach a point where, like, everything is too intertwined and there's too many plot threads happening, and it's gonna be like there's just gonna be too much stuff, and it's all gonna be too connected to each other, and it's gonna get annoying. And everyone was like, no, this movie's fun, it's gonna be great forever. And I was like, now granted, it's been 12 years, but I would say for at least the last 5 years I've been I hate that I was right. I hate that I was right about that. I see. Oh, okay. Now, no shade to anyone who agrees with this opinion, but I did see an opinion, trying to look up, because I didn't actually know whether Marvel fatigue was a term that exists in the world, or if it's something that I just use, to refer to when you used to like them superhero movies, but now you're like over them, and every time you hear new things about them, you're just like, I wish I could enjoy this, but I can't. And it makes you just feel tired and sad. I saw so trying to look up whether or not Marvel fatigue is like an established actual like term, and it kind of is, but I'm also seeing superhero fatigue a lot, and it's like I don't watch DC movies. I don't really know anything about DC comics, so like I don't know. I don't have fatigue about those. I'm just not interested. But someone was like, yeah, I think that Marvel fatigue is a thing. I think the problem is that Avengers Endgame was such a good movie that everything that comes after it pales in comparison, and people are tired of it. And I'm like, yeah, but what if I hated that movie? Because I really didn't like that movie. I'm so sorry to anyone who did. No, actually, I'm not sorry to anyone who did. I'm happy for you if you enjoyed a piece of media. I just didn't. Anyways. Eva says, once again, I managed to dance like 36 hours almost straight. Oh my god, how? The stamina on this person. Aoife, that's wild. Good for you. My feet hate me. I'm not surprised. And the joke about died dancing tombstone inscription had its place on the weekend. I believe it, but yes, I had fun. I'm so glad that you had fun. That's the important thing. I think it's okay to do something that exhausts you every once in a while in the interest of, like, you're gonna have a good time, but you're gonna just feel like shit for the next, like, week. I did that on Friday, but significantly less, in as much as I spent, I don't know, like, a cumulative 12 hours outside of my house going to a large city, socializing with some people, seeing an event, and then coming home. And I spent a good portion of that time sitting or walking, and that's it. And I'm just like, I'm still broken. Anyways, Samantha says they don't even know how to make a Marvel film that stands on its own anymore. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's all this shared universe stuff, which I find really fun and interesting and cool. But like, I think with things like this, and it's the same, I think, also with sort of like adventure-y, crimey, like sort of sci-fi type TV shows sometimes, like any of those sorts of genres where there's a lot of like peril and danger and stuff, is that eventually you reach a point where you feel like you have to consistently keep raising the stakes, because otherwise, you know, sort of like, oh, this like season one or like first wave of films enemy seems kind of, you know, sort of weak compared to the kinds of things we've gone up against now. but there comes a point where, like, the stakes are so comically high that the returns just feel diminishing. Or there are certain, I think, in terms of Marvel films, there are certain superheroes that I think don't necessarily suit, like, going up against, you know, sort of a sentient planet that wants to eat our planet or something. It's like, that's too large. Sometimes that's just too big. We can just have stories about, like, I don't know, superpowers guy takes on, you know, like, corrupt local politician to save their neighborhood. Like, that's my kind, like, you can still do that stuff too. But I think the largeness of it all feels like you can't do that, because you got to keep raising the stakes, and you kind of box yourself into making things bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's just stupid. It just gets stupid. So that's a thing. But also the fact that everything is connected to everything else. You end up having, you know, cameos that don't make sense if you haven't seen this other movie or TV show that you have to have a streaming service for, or you know, this movie is a direct offshoot of this TV show that you have to have a streaming service to have seen. It's just, I'm tired. I'm so tired. Anyways, but yeah, no one watches DC movies. That's their problem, says Samantha. Oh, poor. I feel bad for them, because maybe some of them are good and I'm just not giving them a chance. I don't know. But also, my preferred media these days is, like, have you seen Townsend's YouTube channel? They make nice slow videos about, like, here's how to make an 18th century onion pie. Here is some ways they ate eggs in the 18th century. Here is how to blacksmith a nail in the 18th century. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Anyways, Theo says they probably do know, but studios don't want to make them. Studios want to make Toy Story 5, so there you go. Whether or not Marvel fatigue is a thing, I sure do have it, says Theo. Same. Neo says, I actually really want to get into the Batman fandom. And they've lurked, so happy lurk. Have a lovely, lovely lurk. But yeah, I mean, there's some Batman stuff I would probably maybe enjoy. I don't know. I watched this one animated show that was like some Batman characters, and it was really, really fun. But I don't necessarily want to watch all of the movies because of it, you know what I mean? Anyways. Aoife says, I would not consider any Marvel movie all that good. I enjoyed the funnier ones like Thor, Ragnarok, and Ant-Man, but I feel like they're basically fast food. They have their formula, and they should stop to stick to it. Fair enough. I will say with regard to Thor Ragnarok, which I think is probably one of my favorite Marvel films, is that I saw someone once on Tumblr who was like an absolute edgy, like, you know, Loki stan, who was like, oh, if Thor Ragnarok is your favorite movie, it's because you're not very intellectual and you just want to have fun, and you know what, that's okay. And I'm like, did you miss all of the very incisive, like, post-colonial social commentary woven into the fabric of that movie? I mean, it's fine if you did, but, like, yep, you know? Anyways. Samantha says they should introduce Squirrel Girl into the MCU. I have been saying this since, like, 2013. Then she can deal with the villains and everyone can just have a slice of life rom-coms. That is exactly what I want to see. Honestly, I want to see slice of life rom-coms about superheroes. Give me that. Hell, give me superhero therapy hours, but, like, not the way that they did it in that one TV show that I stopped watching halfway through because it was bad. Fuck, what was it called? Sorry. Pardon my French. I am so tired. I'm so sorry. Exclamation mark language to me. Oh my god, no. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Anyways. Eva says, if Ant-Man wasn't Paul Rudd, I would have watched it. I think Paul Rudd is a big part of what makes Ant-Man appealing, because he has that just I'm just a guy appeal. Like, he just seems nice. Is there a more handsome man? Probably, but the anti-aging is just a plus. You know, I don't know anything about Paul Rudd as, like, a person individual. You know, like, he seems like, I don't care about celebrities, and he's probably a fairly private person, but he has the air of a nice person in everything that he's in. So I hope he's not secretly a jerk, because that would make me feel sad, because people being mean makes me feel sad. And also being duped by someone who seemed nice and it turns out they're not makes me feel extra sad. So I hope that that's not the case there. I'm sure he is a very, very nice person. But he has that like energy about him when he's in things as well that I find very pleasant. Indigo says, where is Spider-Man fundraising because his favorite restaurant got screwed over by the bad guy and is in debt now? Yes, that is the kind of narrative I would like to see. Samantha says there were like 2 good DCU films. Which ones? So I know, just in case. Honestly, just in case I'm on a flight that's 2 to 4 hours and I need to kill time. Which is generally where I watch movies these days. So I might end up watching some recommended films on the way to and from Denmark next week. Oh yeah, programming note. I'm in Denmark for a few days next week, so I will see you on Monday and then the following Monday. And then I think for quite a while I'm back to regular schedule, so I don't think I expect to miss any streams unless I get really sick until like Christmas. Which will be really good, because I like to be here, and I don't like to miss streams, but also sometimes I need to take breaks and go on holidays. Aoife says, I enjoyed that one Batman with Joker, and I enjoyed the Joker movie, and I can't wait for the new Joker movie with Lady Gaga. I just love Gaga when she's acting. I liked her in the trailer for that designer Italian movie. I thought she was great in the trailer for that, which is as much of it as I watched, but that was really good. Samantha says, my main issue with the Joker movie is that it feels very much like they did not actually want to be making a Joker film. It's so disconnected from the source that it should have just been its own thing and been on Jackal format. That's, you know what? I haven't seen the movie, but I feel that. I'm so sorry to make things entirely about myself. But I feel that from the perspective of somebody who... I once started writing a short story, or like maybe novella-y thing. It ended up falling through for various reasons. But it got picked up by a publisher as a, like, extended universe spin-off story of an existing property. So I adapted it to include, like, the characters and sort of motifs from that. And I think it probably would have been better as just a story in its own right. And by the time that guy ended up leaving that job at the publisher, and therefore that project died with it, I had entirely run out of steam to finish writing the story, so it just kind of fell away. But I think I personally was actually more passionate about the story and thought it was better when it wasn't tied to an existing property. And I think that I can see, from the bits that I've seen of the Joker movie, I can see it potentially being the case for that as well. Because it is so different, and it's not like a Batman movie. That it could have just been a movie about, like, a guy. And might have been better for that? Question mark? I don't know. Anyways, once again, I'm so sorry for the swears. Theo says, I like when you swear. Well, the good news is I do swear off stream a lot, so you'll see me swear in text and on, like, Discord voice chat. So, don't worry about it. I will do it again. Even though this is an 18+ stream for grown-ups anyway, so it doesn't matter whether or not I swear. I'm just weird. Yeah, anywho. Aoife says, I get that. I never really had a connection to the source material, so it didn't bother me. Oh, yeah. Samantha says, MCU fatigue even infected Deadpool 3. The film is so much worse than the other two for being shackled into the MCU now. Oh, no! I hear a lot of people really enjoyed it, and actually, I haven't seen it yet, but I do have merch. I have a bottle of Deadpool branded alkalized water. I don't know what makes it alkaline or if that makes it taste any different. But I do know that I have heartburn, and so potentially consuming something that's a little bit alkaline might help neutralize some of my excessive stomach acid and make me not get a tummy ache when I try to go to bed. So... yeah. The 2 good DCU films were Harley Quinn. I still haven't seen that one, and I really want to. That was the one where she makes, like, the team of like, people... Oh, for crying out loud. Hold on, everybody. Sorry. Um, that's one where she makes like the team of awesome people, and that looked really really good. I thought that looked like a fun time. Um, I don't need cheap viewers. I already have quality viewers. Go away. Okay. Anyways, sorry you had to see that, everyone. That's why we don't have links enabled on here. Anyways, and then Wonder Woman. Yeah, I enjoyed Wonder Woman. Turns out I don't like the person who played Wonder Woman for various reasons, which I will not segue into here because I don't know. I'm trying to keep my mood elevated. Anyways, yeah, I liked the one scene that I saw out of the most recent Suicide Squad film that had one of my favorite people in it for like 30 seconds, in which he plays a dude who likes rats, and I think rats are adorable and lovely, and it was really soft and cute. I don't know the context for it, and nor do I care to. It was the best part of the movie for me, and it's the only part I need to see. Anyways, but yeah, Indigo says that's how people publish their fan fiction. You just change the names. Yeah, oh yeah, filing the serial numbers off. I mean, there's a, oh, that reminds me. I heard about a novel that had been published that was, it turns out, was a Reylo fan fiction. So that's Rey Star Wars and Kylo Ren Star Wars romance story, but it's set in like an alternate modern day Earth universe where they're scientists or something. But it's so obvious from the illustration on the cover that it's like these people are just literally Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver in that vague sort of whatever like the contemporary romance novel art style version of corporate Memphis is. It was just that. And I was like, I mean, this novel is not for me, even if it wasn't like a Reylo fan fiction, because I don't go there. But it's so blatant. I feel like if you're gonna file the serial numbers off of your fan fiction and turn it into original work, that is incredibly valid and cool of you, but you have to put in the work to make it make sense, as its own entity, and also to ensure that your characters are not just like bad carbon copies of the characters from the source material. Because that just feels like a really sort of area for me. Like, I don't know, if you're writing your own thing, it wants to be with like other character names and publishing as its own thing. The characters should feel like their own people. They shouldn't feel like, vaguely scrubbed versions of I'm trying to think of characters that exist. Let's say Dr. Gregory House MD and what's one of the other characters from House named? Foreman. There we go. If it's just those two people, like it doesn't feel like its own book. You have to put in more groundwork if you're publishing an original novel, because people don't know these characters already, or they don't think they do. Even if they are, it turns out like photocopies of Reylo. Anyways, sorry. I'm a rambling. I'm so sorry. Let me catch up with chat. Samantha says Deadpool 3 was still a fun watch. It just wasn't anywhere near as good as the first two. Interesting. My favorite thing about Deadpool 2, I did really enjoy that movie, but my favorite thing about Deadpool 2 was that when my partner and I went to see it, it was like right after work on maybe like a Monday or Tuesday or something, because it was really quiet in the cinema. There were two other people in the cinema besides us at that point, and they left as soon as the credits started to roll, so we were entirely by ourselves in the cinema, and so we just had a really nice cuddle watching the rest of the credits together. And we did not to get too personal on stream, but we did smooch, and I felt like Deadpool would appreciate that. I think he would have been happy to know that we smooched while watching his movie. Anyways, Eva says, we have the bestest and cheapest viewers here already. Check us out, we're wholesome. The viewers watching this stream right now are a luxury few can afford. Anyways. But, yeah, Samantha says, I liked Ratcatcher in Suicide Squad 2. She basically came across as a sort of villainous squirrel girl. Okay, I love her. Samantha says, I just don't understand shipping Raylo when Finn Poe is right there. Finn Poe is the loveliest. The loveliest. They should have kissed. I'm sorry, not to get spicy opinions about, like, science fiction films on stream, but Finn and Poe should have kissed in the Star Wars. That was a massive oversight. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Are you scared that some you know, fragile heterosexual men are gonna start a change.org petition or something? Just let them kiss. Who cares? Anyways, Eva says, my favorite fanfiction story is Trapped in an Island with Josh Hutcherson, and yes, the grammatical errors are in the title. Oh, bless. Was that written by someone who was probably about 12? Because, you know, I love that for them, and I hope that was the springboard for, like, a brilliant literary career. And I say this sincerely, like, I don't know, let young people write the cringiest stories. Let adults write the cringiest stories. Like, who cares? I do think that is adorable. But Trapped in an Island with Josh Hutcherson. Is that the actor from... What was he? He was in something I haven't watched. Anyways. Samantha says, I mean, how she's just Sherlock Holmes fan fiction with the serial number. So, oh my god, you're right. It literally is. His name is... I'm stupid. I knew this, but it was just literally the first piece of media that came into my head that wasn't Marvel or DC. I will also give them this on Deadpool 3, says Samantha. I think they did a good job with the MCU tie-in. I just feel the film would have been better just being divorced from the MCU entirely. Fair. I say fair, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I like Wolverine, though I am really upset that apparently for the upcoming Zootopia movie, they did like a Deadpool versus Wolverine poster that just in like the style of Zootopia animal characters. So it was basically just furry art of Deadpool and Wolverine. But they made Wolverine a wolf. A Wolverine is an animal that exists in the world. It is a literal creature. They're also really cute. Why didn't they just make him a literal Wolverine? I'm upset now. Anyways. Samantha says Finn and Poe not ending up together is the absolute worst thing about the sequel trilogy. And I'll be honest with you, if we're having spicy opinions about movies, which apparently we are, I haven't done any sketching and we're 45 minutes in. I thought The Rise of Skywalker was really bad. Is that controversial? I don't think it is, but I did. Anyways. How long ago was that? Jeez, that was like almost 5 years ago. I feel like a desiccated corpse now. Ooh, but what if the movie turns the frogs gay? Then good for them. Good for them. Anyways, This is probably, yes, I only watch a YouTube on it by my favorite YouTuber, Jenny Nicholson. Jenny Nicholson is great. Hunger Games, I believe. Thank you. Yes, and I knew it was one of those young adult things that I'm not into. Samantha says, heck, they introduced a secondary love interest for Finn twice to try and make it not happen, and they still have the most chemistry together of any of the... It was the most developed relationship in the movie. And there was such a clear fondness between the two characters and a connection. It's just, why not lean into that, you know? Like, what is wrong with you people? It was 2019. Just let them kiss. Anyways. So controversial, so spicy, so brave. Samantha also says, Jenny Nicholson has a giant spider plush that I need to steal, and I try not to notice when I watch Jenny Nicholson videos because I'm scared of spiders. Anyways, I'm gonna go get my pencil and eraser so we can actually work on this thing, because I need to get it done. Back in a second. am back. Hello. Hello. Alright. Yeah, apparently I also unnecessarily was carrying around my washi tape and emergency perfume to the supermarket on Saturdays. Because I had a wild Friday. And when I say I had a wild Friday, I mean I went to a city not far from the city I live in. I sat at a coffee shop for like an hour. I had a nice iced beverage. I walked around a little bit, got uncomfortably warm. I went to a place. I had a small meal. And then I went to a performing arts venue. I saw a live recording of a podcast. And then I did a little social afterwards. And I was very brave. Because all of these things are a little scary for me because I'm baby. Anyways. Aoife says, I will protect Jenny Spider with my life if necessary. Just be aware. I don't wish it any malice. I'm just scared of spiders like a stupid baby. Anyways. The spider friend will be mine, says Samantha. Maybe you can have a spider friend of your own and then the two spiders can be friends. And then you can vicariously be friends with Jenny. There you go. I solved it. She seems nice. Delicious. Okay. Do I want to drink my stupid Deadpool water first, or do I want to drink my... No, I think I'll drink my Deadpool water first, because I do not like water when it gets warm. I think it tastes bad. Oh, I think Aoife was meaning to protect Spider-Friend from my thievery, says Samantha. I see. I've seen a huge bear once. I could probably make a giant spider, says Aoife. Oh, bless! That's really sweet. Okay, I'm gonna try this alkaline... Now, I can mostly taste coffee right now because I just had a big sip of coffee, so I don't know whether or not this will read as truly as it should, but I'm gonna taste my alkaline Deadpool water and let you know whether or not I can taste the alkalinity. No. It just tastes like regular water to me. Yeah, I can tell that it's some kind of water. I can tell that it tastes differently from my local Oxfordshire tap water. I could not tell you why it tastes different from my local Oxfordshire tap water. It doesn't taste super mineral-y. It just tastes like water. Anyways, boop. Also, boop. I wouldn't normally boop a butt, but I feel like Deadpool would appreciate that. Delightful. Okay. Your streamer is hydrating. Alright, first thing I have to do is I have to decide what the rest of the pastries in the pastry case should be. We have a little slice of delicious pumpkin pie. We have a carrot cupcake with lots of lovely, yummy frosting. We have a cinnamon swirl. Samantha says, Sammy, booping a butt on stream, so spicy today. I actually had a spicy question of the day for stream, and we have fallen far enough off topic that I didn't feel like it felt wrong to try and like shoehorn it in earlier, but I think we've reached a point in the conversation where maybe it's safer to do so. So I'm going to ask my question of the day, and my question of the day is this. How would you differentiate between a muffin and like a cupcake or cake? What makes a muffin and not cake? Where is the line for you? That's what I would like to know. And this is very important as well. So, just so you know, this is very important thoughts and ideas right here. Anywho, because I tell you why this came about. This came about because I was watching a YouTube video in which, it was a cooking video in which someone was making chocolate muffins. And, it was like a chocolate batter that had chocolate chunks in it, and then also had like a chocolate ganache filling / topping. And I was like, how is that not a chocolate cake? How is that not just a big, big old chocolate cupcake? But the thing is, for me, that I grew up with muffins that were of the homemade muffin variety, where they're like, they're the short, sort of stumpy muffins. They don't have like the big top spilling out of it. That doesn't really matter to me as an indicator, if I'm being perfectly honest, though I do like a good muffin top, the texture, you know, all that jazz. Um, but like, for me, muffins were always, at least, you know, sort of as an 80s child, muffins were differentiated from cupcakes and cakes in as much as they were a healthier choice. They didn't have as much sugar in them, probably. They were always made with oil and not butter. And they probably included some kind of fruit, possibly some kind of whole grain or nuts, something like that. Versus like a cake, which, you know, might have fruit in it, but it probably, you know, like a cupcake type thing is going to be sort of like light and fluffy and spongy and have like frosting or some kind of icing on top of it, which you would not expect a muffin to have. But muffins, I think, have really drifted into the territory of it's basically cake that you eat for breakfast. Like, you can get a lemon muffin that is just a single serve size shape of lemon cake that is filled with lemon curd. I am not complaining about lemon cake or lemon curd, because I love lemon cake and I love lemon curd, but it's not what I'm craving when I think, damn, you know what I really want to do? I want to make muffins. When I want to make muffins, I want, like, oats or bran or, like, whole spelt flour and some kind of fruit, probably. But maybe this is just me. I don't know. So I wanted to solicit opinions of what actually does differentiate a muffin from cake. And is there a real differentiation at all, or is it simply that a muffin is a type of cake that comes in a specific shape? I don't know, because also sometimes muffins can have the same shape as a cupcake. Is a muffin a cupcake because you put frosting on top of it? Is it still a cupcake if you don't put frosting on top of it? The line for me is if they label it as a muffin, it is a muffin, says Samantha. Yeah, it's very confusing to me. It's very confusing, and I just don't know. Aoife says, I put my huge bear on your Discord. Sadly, the pic seems to have some sort of damage. Oh no! Damage! I can't pull it up on the computer because I might break stream, especially as it's this hot. And oh boy, I just touched my computer and it is very warm, so I'm just grateful that we're still going at this point, frankly, but I will try and pull it up on the Discord on my phone app anyways. So we can see oh no! Well, we can see half of the picture of the giant bear, which is here. Oh, it looks very cuddly and like a very sweet friend. At least we can see 50% of it. Thank you for sharing 50% of the bear with us, Aoife, and I'm so sorry that something's gone wrong with your image file. That's so frustrating. I'm so sorry. Aww. If I may ask, how big is the bear? Like, how many inches, centimeters is them? I would love to know. Anyways. I made it for my nephew's first birthday. Oh, and the two kids still love fighting the bear and the seams still hold. Oh my gosh, good job. Hell yeah. That's awesome. That's what you want. Is a bear that can withstand a lot of enthusiastic affection from the kids what love it. For sure. That's really sweet. Oh. Okay. I would like to, I think, put some shelves up behind this little guy, but I do need to finish this case first, I think, before I start doing anything else. I must lie down. I love the ghost barista, says Theo. Thank you so much, and thank you for hanging out. And I'm sorry for my ramble rants, but thank you as well for the lurk. Have a lovely lurk. I hope your lie down goes well. I'm going to sip some more of my water because I do not think I've had enough to drink today. And I'm sorry for the water bottle noises. Delicious, delicious alkalinity. Deadpool, of course, is my second favorite Canadian. My first favorite Canadian is, of course, me. Is my microphone falling down again? My microphone does not want to stay in place. A little concerningly. Yeah, it's slipping. It wants to like flop over. The little like twisty thing that holds it sort of its angle in place on the doodad really does not want to hold, so yay. Samantha says, Sammy best Canadian confirmed. Ah, thank you. Tee hee. What are some other autumnal delights we can have in this case here? We've got a lovely slice of pie. We've got a little carrot cake. We've got a cinnamon doodad. Nice, some nice cannelle beurre there, and maybe some. Ooh, what if I just do like a stack of like ginger cookies, like nice, substantial ginger cookies. There is a place that I like to go to in London. I'm gonna offset this one slightly because I think that's fun. Cookie. There is a coffee shop that I like to go to in London called Caffeine, and they do an Anzac biscuit that is so wholesome and comforting and sweet and chewy and delicious. Is super good. And I love it very much. One slice of apple pie, please, says Indigo. Oh man, now I want apple pie. I am actually really. This is like the time of year where there are no apples in the supermarket. And when I say there are no apples in the supermarket, what I mean is there are no British apples in the supermarket. Literally, I was like, oh man, I really want some apples I was making a fruit salad the other week, and I really wanted to put some apples in the fruit salad. And every single apple in the I was able to get British pears, so I put pears in the salad instead for that sort of like crunchy texture. But all of the apples in the supermarket were coming from South Africa or New Zealand, and I was like, I can get so much good like locally grown fruit that hasn't had to be transported across the world to get here right now. I would feel really bad just needing apples so much that I have to buy apples from far, far away when I can get local raspberries or plums, So I didn't, but I am looking forward to apples being back in season because yum, yum, yum. Eva says there is no English word for kipfel. I think that is just the English word. In as much as I think we would just say kipfel. It's a type of baked stuff kind of shaped like a croissant. Yeah. I can find a picture for the chat of what I think it is that you mean. Ooh! Apparently there is a cake. Oh, I know where that is. There's an Austrian restaurant in London called Kipfel, but that I've not been to, but I've been past many times because it's on Camden Passage in Angel and Islington, which is a lovely place to be. Literally under the image results here, I have croissant, Austrian, cafe, Camden Passage. So yes, my computer knows. It's one of my favorite bits of London, actually, Camden Passage. There's some lovely, haberdashery shops and the like. And I just think they're neat. Anyways, I need to show you my Instagram briefly so I can send you to this other website and show you a picture. But I just wanted to say you could add a cute file to your pic. I think that would be really, really cute. I shall do that because they're really lovely. Anyways, this is my Instagram page. This is the most recent thing that I posted on my Instagram. It is the Fresno Nightcrawler going on their nightly crawl. I like this painting and I hope you like it too. Anyways, ta-da! It's a kind of croissant-y looking thing. They look delicious. And I would like to be eating that. Anyways. Yeah, I could definitely do one of this. I saw apples on the floor today, says Indigo. That's as local as it gets. Hell yeah. Ground would probably be more... Unless it's growing indoors, I think ground would be a more accurate word, yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, I could definitely do one of those. How am I gonna put it in the bakery case so you can see what it looks like, but not like it's floating in space? I don't know. Angles. What are angles? I don't know them. I'm just gonna have it hanging out here like a funky little moon. There we go. We've got a funky little moon. This bakery case makes no sense, but also, you know, who cares? It is a ghost bakery in a spooky little cozy bookshop coffee shop. So, like, who cares? Keeping your apple trees indoors is cruel. Don't do it, says Aoife. Speaking of plants, I had, like, the wildest thing happen to me a little while ago. I was doing some washing up in the kitchen, and I noticed there was a little sprout. The tiniest little sprout of a plant, just a tiny green shoot about this yay long, with two tiny little leaves at the top, growing out of my, like the drain sort of hole thing, sort of at the top on the side of the sink. So not like the bit at the bottom, but this bit on the side. There was a little tiny sprout growing out of it, and I was like, "What the flip is that?" That's bad. So I plucked it out, and I think I put a whole bunch of cleaner and stuff down there, because I don't know that to be a bad environment where funky things are happening. But I took that sprout, and I planted it in a plant pot that I had on the windowsill. And friends, do I have a photo on this phone? Because it was literally like that big. And I can tell you right now, it is now like this tall at least, and thriving. We named him Sprout, and he's doing exceptionally well. He's genuinely, like, tall now, and growing many, many leaves, and he's very happy. And, I'll let you know whether or not he bears fruit, but I feel like I think he might be something like tomatoes, so I think it's probably too late in the season for him to bear fruit. But we were I've been pleasantly surprised watching him thrive. And it just, I don't know, it makes my heart happy to see that I rescued this little plant and kept it alive. It just feels really good. Anyways, it is a ghost bakery. It doesn't have to explain itself, says Samantha. Hell yeah. Keep your apple trees outside and kitties inside. I agree with both sentiments. There are some kind of apple or crab apple or something trees in my neighborhood in front of a number of people's houses. And when they come into season, it doesn't seem like anyone is, like, collecting these and, like, using them for anything. So maybe they're genuinely, like, inedible. But I always just want to, like, be like, hi, I noticed that you're not eating the apples that are falling off of your tree. Can I have some? And just take them home and make pie? But then I'll find out that they're actually purely ornamental. You can't eat them, and I'll just end up giving myself, like, horrible tummy cramps and have to go to the hospital. Winner! But, you know, at least I got to forage, and that's always fun. Ah. Tastes like a Deadpool. Okie dokie. One last thing for this little bakery case. Oh, what am I gonna do? I've got pie, I've got cupcake, I've got some little pastry type deals. I've got some cookies. What else would I want to put? Maybe some kind of like square or tray bake type situation. Yeah, I'm gonna do some kind of square or tray bake type situation. I'm gonna do a little like stack of them like this, and then one of them I'm gonna put kind of on its side so you can see what the top of it looks like. And it's gonna have a little lattice. And these little squares are going to be almas pita, which is a kind of Hungarian apple stuff. And it is delicious, and I haven't made it in so long, and I want to make it now. As soon as apples come into season, I am making almas pita. Oh, I'm so excited now. Hungarian baking is my favorite, and one of my favorite things about baking Hungarian stuff is telling my mother that I baked a Hungarian thing and then telling her to tell my grandmother that I baked a Hungarian thing, because I know it absolutely makes my Hungarian grandmother's day to know that her grandkids are making, like, her recipes. Because my grandmother's baking was unrivaled. She's 90-something now, so she doesn't really do a lot of baking these days because, you know, she's tired, which is fair enough. But her baking skills were so good, and her recipes were so good and so comforting and so lovely, and I don't know, I just want to, you know, be a good custodian of that legacy, I suppose. Anyways, Aoife says, oh, you are one of the people who might actually know one of my favorite cakes. Esterházy tort. I don't. And I feel extremely remiss for not knowing it. Because I should, I feel like. But I don't think it's something... Let me just... Unless it has another name. Oh, yeah! I recognize that. I absolutely... Okay, I did not know what the name of it is. But I have absolutely had this cake many times as a young'un. Oh my god. Just no one ever referred to it by name. It was just a cake that was there. We have them at McDonald's here. Aoife, why am I not going to Austria on holiday? Oh my god. That's so nice. I love that for you. Yeah, this is a cake that I recognize very well. It's got like an almond meringue, and then it's filled with buttercream, and it looks like that. And crucially, you want to see like the feathered decoration onto the top. So good, so good. I remember it well. Though my favorite torta of the Hungarian traditions is dobos. That is my very favorite. That is very thin layers of like a plain sponge with a chocolate cream in between them, and then like a layer of like hard caramel on the top that gets like you got like the crunchy caramel texture on the top, and then you've got the chocolate cream and the cake in the middle, and it's so good, and I haven't had it in so long. Oh my god. My other favorite cake is Black Forest, which my grandmother, not knowing that Black Forest was my favorite cake, but I think somehow just sensing in her bones that it was. We went to visit her around my birthday when I was in Canada, and she was like, "Oh, we got you this." She brings a Black Forest cake out from the bakery from the supermarket where my uncle works, and I just wept with joy because it's my favorite. It was such a lovely moment, and coincidentally, it's my husband's favorite as well. Therefore, it was the cake that we had for our wedding. I made it myself, and it was very, very good. But there is something that hits different about like the supermarket Black Forest cakes for me, not because they're the best, but because they're extremely nostalgic for me. Because that's one of the things that it was either the Dobosh or the Black Forest that I would have as like a birthday cake growing up. So very, very nostalgic flavors for me. Hello, Lux. Welcome in. How are you doing? Lux says, Sammy, hello, friend. I got 900 nail and got the warp ability in Hollow Knight, and it's literally a game changer. Lux, this is gonna blow your mind. I've never used the warp. I have not once used the dream warp. I continually forget that it exists, and I have not done it. But I love that for you. Congratulations. Also, hi, how are you doing? How's your Monday going? It's nice to see you. Welcome in. I do not like cherry, says Eva. Except fresh. Gasp! I wish they grew more cherries here in the UK, because when we do get cherries, they come in really small punnets and they're very expensive, and I hate that for me because cherries are the best fruit. Hands down, 100% in every form, the best fruit to ever exist. There needs to be more stone fruits in the UK. We grow plums and we grow a little bit of cherries, but like, more please, more plums. I need all the plums so I can make Silvash gombots from scratch. You don't understand. It's important to me. Anyways. Oh my god, Sammy, there's so many cherries here. I'm sorry, says Lux. Oh no. Lux, I remember. I used to buy literal, like 25 kilogram buckets of cherries. And just freeze them. You need a Niagara-like stone fruit season, says Lux. Truly we do. It's one of the things I miss about living in the old country is the Niagara fruit orchard situation. Cherries, almonds, hazelnuts, and blackberries everywhere, says Aoife. Cherries line a lot of bicycle paths near me. Oh, maybe I should move to Austria. Like, I can't, but that sounds really nice. What we do have here in the UK is rhubarb and strawberries, and both of those are magnificent. So, you know, I'm not unhappy about that. So much good rhubarb. I love rhubarb. It's so good. I think I've got strawberry. I think I potentially have an unopened jar of strawberry rhubarb jam in the fridge. It's only unopened because I want to finish my jar of blackcurrant marmalade first. And I'm being very patient and very good. I do also really love blackcurrants. I just like fruit. I think I just like fruit, y'all. Anyways. Okay. We need to add a couple more little details to this whole situation we've got going here. So I'm going to pop... I want there to be a little, like, stack of... Hello? Hold up. Sorry, everyone. Where's my... One moment, everybody. There is... hopefully you can still hear me. There is a friend... There is a teeny tiny little friend on the desk. I'm just going to get them to climb onto this little piece of paper, and I'm going to put them out the window. There you go. There you go. Oh no, I think they're nervous. Go. Get off climb off the thing. Climb off the thing and onto the windowsill. Okay, they're going outside. Phew! That seems to be happening a lot now that the weather is warmer. Sorry about that, everybody. But I have successfully rescued a teeny tiny little it was not a spider this time. It was some kind of flying insect, possibly just a little fly. I don't know, but it was dooting around the work surface. So I thought it was probably best to just not evict it, but just help it on its way, because this is not a good place for it to hang out. It's too sweaty in here, and there's a much nicer breeze outside from what I can feel. Anyways, another streamer told me, says Aoife, the only thing she remembers from her trip to Austria at 5 years old was candy trucks everywhere. Really unsure if she might have been in danger back then. Oh my god! I was gonna say, is it the land of chocolate? But no, I've been to the land of chocolate, and that was supposedly Belgium. But mostly that was in, like, self-contained, you know, sort of brick and mortar shops on shopping streets, avenues, and boulevards. I did witness a really interesting local festival when I was in Brussels. I should actually publish a vlog of that trip now that it's been an entire year since I went there. I'm so close. I'm so close to being done the edit of my next YouTube video, y'all. I am hoping that maybe it will go up later this week. So please watch this space for a video that I have spent an inordinate amount of time working on. At this point, I've been slaving over it for so long that I don't even know if it's entertaining. I really hope that it's entertaining, and I hope that people enjoy it. Just so you know, there will be some saucy outtakes on Patreon as well. But if you're not subscribed to my YouTube, I'd love if you'd consider doing that. No pressure, obviously. But it's not a very popular place, and it might be because my videos aren't very good. I don't know. But I hope you enjoy it. I would love to make more videos for my YouTube channel because it is an outlet that can't really be fulfilled by streaming. And I have a lot of really stupid and really fun ideas for it coming up. So, she remembers some kind of like ice cream trucks from the US, says Eva. Interesting. Where was she at? Was she at like some kind of... maybe there was like a festival happening? Or like a market? Or, was she actually in a theme park and just doesn't remember that that she was in a theme park while she was in Austria? I don't know. I find ice cream trucks really weird here because they seem to drive around too quickly for me to like get out the door with my money. I was thinking something like that, yes, says Eva. Yeah, that makes sense, because I could see there being like, you know, those kinds of like trailer type things selling, you know, like sweets and, you know, candy floss and chocolate and pretzels and all that kind of good stuff, if it was at like a festival or a special market or something that was on, you know, like a holiday market or like a summer festival or something. Or possibly, or like I said, possibly also like a theme park. I don't know. Anyways. Oh no! I just got a text from my partner to say there's a fishmonger that is on our commute that we'd been meaning to visit and buy stuff from. And he says, looks like the new fishmongers is being gutted. Not sure if they're closing or if they had issues that needed to be resolved. Look to still have the freezers in there, so maybe flooring issues. Maybe it's just really hard to keep fish cold when it's 31 degrees out, and so they're having to like upgrade their air conditioning or something. I hope they're okay, because I really would like to be able to buy fresh fish. I hope they're okay. I wanted to go to there. I have texted back. Anyways. Still haven't resolved what the difference between muffin and cake is. Maybe there just isn't one. I don't know. I really just do not know. And perhaps we never will. Oh well. I like the idea that as these kind of stack up one on top of each other, they kind of, go successively a little bit wiggity wonky with each one that sort of doot on the way up. Eva says, I loved my fish guy until he said a thing about gay people. Now I don't know where, but boo, fishmonger, do better. Oh my god. What is wrong with some people? That is not someone you want to give your custom to. Puff. I'm sorry to hear that. I guess there's always the fish section at the supermarket. There's always just buying a thing of bland frozen salmon blocks from Iceland. That's Iceland, the frozen food supermarket, not flying to Reykjavik. Though the fish would probably be better if you did. But possibly not by the time you got it home. Though that being said, a lot of the fresh fish that you buy, like, in shops is previously frozen. Um, but it's frozen. I can't remember what the, like, there's an acronym for it, but it's basically, it is a lot of the fish that, like, the fresh fish that you buy is actually, like, flash frozen right as soon as it is caught, like, on the boat, using, like, freezer technology that is significantly colder than what you can do at home. So it actually does a better job of keeping it, like, fresh and good quality, and things that are and things like sushi, are previously frozen fresh fish, because that, like, flash freezing process, basically helps to eliminate any potential, like, microbes and bad stuff that might be in the fish that wouldn't be, that if you're eating it raw would otherwise not be gotten rid of by, like, cooking or whatever. So frozen fish is fine, but personally there are certain fish that I don't like cooking from frozen because they always get kind of dry and sad. That being said, I don't even cook fish that often. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hit the mic with my hand. I'm so sorry. I just needed to grab this because I need to stir my tea. He was actually even nice as Aoife because he's just a nice guy, but his opinion was, oh, JW, I'm sorry. I was, not to paint an entire group of people with a single brush, but I'm very wary of JWs because a number of them stalked me for a few years. By which I mean they came to my house once when I was, like, a teenager at this point. They came to my house and were like, "Hi, we were just wondering if we could chat." And I'm like, "I'm uncomfortable and I hate confrontation and I don't know how to tell you to leave." And they gave me a little pamphlet and they were like, "It's nice to meet you." And I'm like, "Okay, bye." And then they just kept coming back. Like, I would see someone was at the door. I would hide behind the sofa in the front room of the house. If I saw that was who was it. Basically, if the doorbell rang and I was at home and would need to answer the door, and oftentimes it was because the postie wanted to deliver something. But if I was at home and someone had rung the doorbell, I would peer out from behind the sofa in the front room from which I could see who was at the door. If it was the postie, great. If it was just, like, an unmarked van parked across the street from my house, no. I give it, like, a solid minute, and then inevitably the two little ladies would walk back to the van, get in the van, and just drive. They drove specifically to my house to bother me. And this went on for several years before they finally gave up. I think eventually, like, my dad was home and answered the door and was like, "Do not come to our house again." Because my dad is, you know, like, has lived long enough to be a little bit more fed up with this nonsense and assertive than I was when I was a literal child. So, thank you so much to my daddy for rescuing me from being harassed by JWs. It was not pleasant. And very scary. Also, it has to be said, the little pamphlet that they gave me the first time that they came to visit was creased open to an article titled, "Should Christians Hate Homosexuals?" And the answer is obviously no. Nobody should. That's mean. But I was like, how did they know I'm not straight? It freaked me the hell out. They probably didn't. It was probably just a thing that they wanted people to see. But it was terrifying. Anyways. Lux said, "I was too nice to say they should scram, but I kept not being available, so they stopped." I'm so glad that they stopped! Yay! Samantha says, "The one time I had evangelical types turn up at my door, they got as far as saying, 'Have you heard the word about cheese?' before I closed the door in their faces." Good for you! Hell yeah! Eva says, "I like to Google, Jesus, gay, rule 34. If they bother me, I'll just show them those results. Take them down to hell with me." Good for you! Look, so the thing I never understood about JWs is that only something like 120,000 get into... Is that one of their rules? So, like, you sure they aren't full up? I have a theory about door-to-door religious practices in religious communities. And that's that nominally the people doing the door-to-door stuff want to, you know, like, get people to join their community. But on like at least some sort of subconscious level, the organization as a whole wants the people going door to door to mostly fail. Um, because that creates the sort of continuing insularity and specialness of the community. Like, oh, nobody else understands us, but you guys are the good guys. You guys are doing the good thing despite overwhelming odds, and it creates a stronger sense of, like, community and specialness among, like, the in-group kind of thing. And it keeps people there. I think that that's my theory anyways. Wow. That 144,000. That's not very many. Presumably they must already be full. We should all just give up. That would have been full before Christianity reached Europe, says Aoife. Yeah, it's been like that for millennia. Like, who cares? Anyways. If it isn't full up, would be a blood sport to see who can win, says Lux. Is absolutely an initiation ritual. They make sure that young JWs go out intentionally to have them rejected and feel closer to the group. Thank you. That's what I thought. Oh my gosh, Lux says during lockdown, I was genuinely was sent a generally addressed letter to my flat by a child. Oof, ouch. Hi, Dan. Dan says, hi, Sammy. Sorry I'm late. I'm a silly bean. There's no such thing as late. You have arrived exactly when you mean to, and that's okay. Something is giving me a toothache, so that's really fun. That's super fun. Lux says, Sammy, I kept it because I found it hilarious, but also, what the fuck? Do you want me to delete that link, Lux? Because, like, I can. I have mob powers. No, I'm late. I meant to be here earlier, says Dan. For what it's worth, you haven't missed very much actual artwork doing. I've drawn, like, 3 pastries and some cups, and that's about it. Why don't I draw some... I'm gonna draw the implication that we have, like, a stack of to-go cups here. That's a to-go cup. Don't pay no attention to the terribleness of the shape of that. Let me just try and get the angle a little bit better. That's a to-go cup. Hooray! Anyways. Wow. Ow. Okay, yeah, my tooth hurts real bad. I'm gonna go grab a medicine. Because, ow. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I think it's possible that my tooth is not a fan of the fact that it's generally quite hot out and I'm drinking a cold beverage, but how? Oh no. If these ibuprofens don't do anything, I might need to end stream early because this really hurts. Anyways. Okay. Do your work, ibuprofen, Deadpool water. Stop harming my tooth. Anyways. I sent you a photo of the letter, says Lux. Thank you. Also, sorry for tooth ouchie. Oh my goodness. Anyways. So I wanted to put some little, like, shelves of things in the background here. I like the idea that this is like a bookshelf cafe. So I think I'm gonna have some bookshelves sort of to one side. I should probably be doing this with something that's actually a straight line rather than just winging it, but here we are. So I'm gonna get my little swatch card out and use that. I don't even know whether or not we're gonna get to paint anything today. I'm gonna guess we probably won't. And I'll probably need to finish the sketchy of this off stream so we can actually paint it next time, perchance. I don't normally use like an edge to draw in straight lines, as you can probably tell by the fact that my lines are all horrifically wonky. But, you know, I also love that for them, so whatever. Uh, but anyways, I'll be honest with you, I'm still discombobulated from Friday, because it was an experience. It was a very fun experience. I had a lovely time. Got to see some cool people, make some new friends, have some hugs, have a good time. Anyways, I knew that from your BRB screen, Shelf. I do not know of whence you speak, Dan. There's nothing wrong with this shelf. This shelf is perfectly normal. What are you talking about? Anyway. No, I'm so embarrassed now. Oh, beans. Anyways, oh no, teeth are just the worst, says Eve, but they really are. I wouldn't say I have, like... I think there are people out there, there are people out there who genuinely have, like, a phobia of their own teeth. I don't feel like that about my teeth, but I also feel like every time something feels weird about my teeth, or every time something, like, every time I notice that my teeth are there, I kind of freak out a bit. I'm like, oh, is this normal? Oh god, are my teeth gonna fall out? Is everything wrong? But I also hate going to the dentist, because every time I go to the dentist, they try and sell me something really expensive. Even though I'm like, no, my teeth have been fine for years, and they're still fine. Anyways. Lux says it's not uneven. The west side of the house is just sinking, honestly. I don't live on a floodplain, but there is a lot of floodplain in my general area, so, you know, I wouldn't put it past some of the houses in this county to just be sinking at this point. Lux says, same, Sammy. Oh god, is hell ADHD what? I know, right? Good old Attention Dungeons, Hyperactivity Dragons, love them. Alright. So, I'm going to pop in some semi-regularly spaced shelves here as best as I can. I say semi-regularly, they probably won't be perfect, but you know, hey, maybe this is just a nice old antiquarian bookshelf, and it's okay if it's a little bit screwy, but hey, I'm the freak who loves the dentist, though, says Lux. Hey, good for you. Aoife says, I met a guy at the party on the weekend who actually took some of his own teeth out with tools because he's that afraid of the dentist. Oh my god, that's so much more scary than just going to the dentist. Aww. Oh my goodness gracious. I will say, I used to not dislike the dentist because I had a dentist who was really cool and super, super nice. And then I assume he moved on to, like, working at a different dentist's office somewhere else. And every successive dentist I've seen at that dental practice has been terrible. So yeah, anyways. I don't like going there. I hate it, but not that much, says Aoife. And I really love the dentist because he's so funny. I'm glad that your dentist is fun and good. As I say, I used to not mind going... I'm not scared of going to the dentist. But I used to not mind going to the dentist as much when I specifically had a dentist who was, like, genuinely a really, like, nice, personable dude. Ever since then, like, literally every dentist I've seen at this place, which is, like, the localist dental practice to me, has been, like... They've always managed to... I swear, like, their management is telling them that they had to find something to try and charge clients more for. So they'll be like, do you grind your teeth at night? You should get a night guard. It costs £250. Or they'll be like, have you considered veneers? Or you should get this. Or you're not brushing your teeth well. It's like, no one in the entire 40 years of my life has ever complained about how I brush my teeth before, so I'm gonna chalk that up to a little bit of bull stink. Someone would have noticed before then. I don't know. I don't want to pay vast amounts of money to be lectured by someone about how I'm brushing my teeth incorrectly. You know what I mean? I know I'm doing it fine. I'm following the exact guidelines of the Dental Association. And literally nobody's ever mentioned it before, so I think that might be a little bit wrong. Anyways, but also, you know, like that's their... It just feels like they're trying to find ways to squeeze more money out of you instead of legitimately being like, hey, this probably needs a filling. Would, you know, let's consider doing that or whatever. It's just there's no point going in for me, because they also it turns out that going to the dentist here isn't like back in Canada. If I went for my twice yearly dental visit, and I used to go for my twice yearly dental visit, they would actually do, like, you know, sort of the full, like, professional cleaning service. They don't do that here on, like, a visit. They just look at your mouth and tell you you have to give them hundreds of pounds for something that no dentist has ever mentioned being a problem before. So... yeah, it's not fun. I don't even get the experience of feeling like my mouth is the cleanest it's ever been, you know? Which I do enjoy. I appreciate that. They don't do that. They just sort of poke around and then complain to you. So I only go in if I can tell that I need a filling, or, you know, like something's chipped, or, you know, like I'm experiencing something, because otherwise I'm just wasting my money to be lectured at because they want my money. It's just kind of, I'm not saying that dentistry is a con, because dentistry is really important and good, and a very important part of your overall health in general, but get in the garbage. I think my local dentist's office is not very good. Anyways, Lux says, I really wish that OHIP, which is Ontario's NHS version for those who don't know, covered dental care. Yeah, me too. I think it's ridiculous that dentistry is separated out from other medical stuff, because the health of your teeth and your mouth generally is very connected to the rest of the health of your body. You know, if you neglect that because you can't afford dentist visits and what have you when you legitimately need dental care, it can have pretty disastrous effects for your overall well-being. But yeah, anyways. Aoife says he likes to tell you jokes and stuff while looking at your teeth, is visibly amused by that. And you also hear him laughing loudly during the wait time. Oh, bless. That's really sweet. Lux says, no cleaning? What? This is why the stereotype of Brits with bad teeth come from. I do think that in general British people have perfectly fine teeth. But yeah. No, I get it. Aoife says, oh sure, cleanings aren't covered either. Yeah, exactly. I'd have to if I wanted like a scale and polish, as they call it, I would have to pay through the nose for that. And it's a whole other kettle of fish, and I don't think anyone does it. Anyways, but yeah, and vision care. Who needs eating or seeing? No, neither of these things are important at all. Anyways, hi Foxman. Hello, how's it going, Fox? Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. How's your Monday? Welcome. Trying to figure out what to do with the rest of the back of this space. Stress. I think what might be really cute. What I think might be really cute is if I actually pop like a shelf kind of along across the top here, and just put a whole bunch of little coffee relevant knickknacks across it. I think that would be really cute. And I can hear that my moderator / spouse is home, so I'm gonna go say hello to him. Hello, hello. Foxman says hello from Zombieland. Hello. My little ghostie says hi. Back in a sec. Hey, sunshine, how are you doing? Are you too warm? Okay. Go have a cold drink anyways, because I can tell you need to hydrate.
I do. I'm not too warm.
If you need a Lucozade Sport, there's a sports drink in the fridge. Okay, otherwise there's sparkling water, raspberry squash. There's a full tray of ice cubes and one that may be hard by now, I don't know. Anyways, I love you and welcome home. How's your day? Alrighty. Love you, sunshine. Yeah, it's a mood. Anyways, it's way too hot here. It's hotter than the depths of hell for anyone who doesn't know. So I was checking in with my moderator / spouse who's just come home to make sure that he is not horrifically dehydrated and dying from heat stroke. He is going to go hydrate, which I am very glad to know, because it's nasty here. It is absolutely nasty, and I don't like it at all. It's not pleasant. Changing my mind again. I'm gonna have the shelf go for like a distance, and then pop another set of shelves in the back there. I think that'll be fun. Another heat record set in the UK today. Oh, good. I love that for us. It's so gross, Lux. I don't like it at all. It is real bad, and it needs to be stopped. But here we are. Anywho, I want this scene to feel a little bit more full of stuff, I guess, because I think it would be cute. And you know, I'm probably right. And if I'm not right, well, tough biscuits. On these shelves over here, it's going to be all like coffee stuff, I think. Shelves and shelves of coffee stuff. And cuteness, hopefully. Okay. Samantha says, we seem to reliably set at least one a year, but still people claim that I'm tired. Foxman has a joke. Says, a girl asked a reporter, if we can't go to the sun because it's too hot there and it will burn us, why don't we go at night? No! Lux says, Monday has been declared to be the hottest day of the year in the UK so far, reaching 34.8 degrees in Cambridge, according to the Met Office. That's too many degrees. Ew. No. I've been looking up the weather forecast for when I'm going to be in Denmark next week, and they've got a high of like 22 today, and I was so jealous. I'm like, oh, why am I not there right now? Because that sounds real good. I would much rather be in whatever the weather is doing in Copenhagen right now, because it's not that far away, but it's a lot nicer. I believe when I am going to be in Copenhagen, it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain probably the whole time. Just fine. Actually, now it says a mix of sun and clouds on a week from Wednesday, so actually that's okay. I'm happy with that. Anyways, Lux quotes, this is only the 11th year since 1961 that temperatures as high as 34.8 degrees C have been recorded, according to the Met Office's provisional figures. 6 of those occasions have been in the last 10 years, the forecaster added. How about that? Many extreme weather events, including heat waves, are becoming more frequent and intense as a result of climate change. Yup, the highest temperature ever recorded in the UK was 40.3 degrees at Coningsby, Lincolnshire in July 2022. Disgusting. Disgusting. This country was not built for that, and I don't like it. Anyways, that accent spanned the length and breadth of this landmass, and I do apologize to everyone who is from here. I miss Iceland, says Lux. I mean, I can get to Iceland within about 15 minutes of my house, but it is the supermarket chain Iceland, and not the land where, like, Sigaros comes from. But I can buy a massive bag of frozen chips for, like, £1.50. So, you know, which one is better, really? Foxman says, I'm not even close where I live. 1 minute standing under direct sunlight will show you heaven. I hate that for you, and I'm so sorry. The hottest temperature in Canada and what's the hottest temperature and where in Canada it was recorded, says Lux. Okay. I don't know. So I'm going to say my parents' house, when I lived there, before they had central air conditioning installed, and the temperature was 59 degrees C. It certainly felt like that. When I lived in my parents' house, the summers got so warm that there came a point where I could not actually sleep in my own bedroom because it was too hot, and I would have to trundle down to like the living room at midnight and sleep on the sofa for several weeks to months out of the year and just desperately try to sleep through the clattering and clanging of people coming downstairs to make breakfast. It was awful. Anyways, it was lit in BC. It was 49.6. Nope, I don't like it. I don't like that at all. Can you guess the coldest non-territory temperature and where it was? Ooh. That was definitely not Guelph. I mean, I'm not going to be able to guess. So I'm just going to say somewhere in the greater Winnipeg area. Cold. Anyways, can we go to Iceland, asks Lux, and just listen to Route 1 by Sigur Rós and drive the route in real time? Honestly, that sounds really nice. That sounds really, really nice. Minus 61 degrees in Vermilion, Alberta. How are you alive at minus 61 degrees? Jesus, Murphy. Eva says, I lived through 5 weeks of 36-ish lately and lost the will to live. So glad we're down a bit in the 32-ish range. Genuinely, that is more temperature than should be. I know there are places that like regularly get in the 30s, but a lot of the places that regularly get in the 30s, like, I'm thinking like places like Cyprus, also have, like, I don't know, it just hits different. It just hits different. Probably because they have more, like, water near them. I love this about Canada. We basically never have comfortable weather, says Lux. I think this is why I am such an autumn girly gender neutral, is that it's such a rare and special treat. Samantha says, I think it should be law that any temperature over 25 is banned. I wholeheartedly agree. Because that's really when I start to just wilt and feel like crap and can't sleep. I had a very strange dream last night. It was very strange. I shan't repeat it here. Not because of anything like horribly like violent or gory or bad or anything like that, just because it involved real people who I used to know, who will not be watching this stream because they're not very online, but I still therefore also don't want to put them on blast for showing up in my dream and being kind of crappy. Anyways. I mean, I'm also an autumn girly because I just like, you know, like brown colored stuff, and the brown and orange color combination is so cozy. I like being able to get sort of nice and comfy in a cardigan and feel all soft and wear wool. I like being able to wear wool. I like being able to drink hot beverages and not feel like I'm gonna die. I like ghosts and vampires and werewolves and cryptids of various kinds. Could you guess I like ghosts and werewolves and vampires and cryptids of various kinds? Could you guess? I've got some exciting spooky stuff coming up for my autumn shop update that I hope people will like, including potentially this painting if we finish it. That remains to be seen. Lux says, in some potentially good news, after some bad heat here, it's been being discussed that regulations should change to also impose an indoor max temperature for rental units. Because right now, only heating to 21°C in winter is required by law. There is no heat ceiling. Wow. There should definitely be a heat ceiling. There is no heat ceiling here, but partially also because most residential buildings in this country do not have air conditioning. Hotel rooms do, in general. At least the big chain hotels that we almost exclusively these days we'll just see if there's an ibis where we're staying because we know what to expect with an ibis. But yeah. Sammy, you like cryptids? This is completely new information to me, says Samantha, punctuating with 3 Mothman emotes. Yep. That's a me. I love me an ibis, says Lux. Yeah, right? Right? They're great. They're fantastic. My favorite, if I ever have to stay overnight in London, there is an Ibis hotel right across the street from Canning Town Station. And what I love about the Ibis across from Canning Town Station is that if you get a room on the correct side of the building, you can see, because of the way that Canning Town Station is set up, you can see all of there's like 3 train platform levels, and they are all above ground. So you can see like 3 sort of stacks of trains going in and out of the station, and it's just, it makes me so happy watching the trains go from my window. It's so much fun, and it makes me so happy. It's also just a very well-situated station in terms of being able to get other places, because it's on the Jubilee line and it's on the DLR, and it's only 1 stop from an Elizabeth line station. So it's very useful for that. Also, it's just a really good hotel, and there's a Morrison's right around the corner if you need to buy food. It's great. Anyways, that's my favorite. To me, an Ibis is like Swiss Chalet. It's never good, but you always know you'll get average. Yeah, exactly. It's perfect for me from that respect. Yeah, Archon says, you like cryptids? Whoa. I know me, who literally posted to Instagram yesterday, this painting I did of a Fresno Nightcrawler as a gift to a fellow enjoyer of cool things. Definitely not any kind of a fan of Los Cryptidos. Definitely not. Big enjoyer of cryptozoology, creatures, and that kind of thing. I did read an account. I was wondering, have there been any sort of interesting local legendary creatures in my county of residence? And I did find one account of what they think was like a Bigfoot-like creature, sort of out in a small village near Oxford. And my 2 questions with regard to this eyewitness account are, how drunk were the fishermen who saw this Bigfoot? And is it possible it was just another drunk guy? Because honestly, given the interesting encounters I've had occasionally having to take like a late night bus, and the other people on the bus who've been having a very jolly time of the evening, does beg the question to me, are we sure? Are we sure it wasn't just a tall drunk guy in the dark? Anyways, ooh, the best UK cryptid lives not too far from me. Have you spotted them, Samantha? That's very exciting. Ooh, love that for you. Hell yeah. I would love to spot some creatures. Bigfoot or bear? Real question, says Archon. I hope there aren't bears in Oxfordshire. Or if there are, I hope they would be my friend. The only bears that I know in Oxfordshire are my partner. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more of this, if I can. Try and make it relatively good shelf shape. Oh, that shelf is too thin. Oh no. Okay, well this is just gonna be a really thin shelf, I guess. That's fine. Okay. I need to decide what to do with the rest of this space, because I don't know what I'm doing with the rest of this space, and I'm not happy with the way that the background is looking yet. Oh, this piece is taking more work than it's supposed to. You know what they say about bears with big feet? Oh. They have big shoes, Samantha. That's what I say. No, of the K-male variety, says Archon. Yes, exactly. I love bears. Do you remember when there was that discourse that was going around of would you want to be in the forest with a bear? I had no context for this when I first heard about it, so I genuinely thought when they were talking about bears they meant of like the burly beardy gay fellas. And I was like, of course I would want to be in the forest with a bear. Some of my best friends are bears. I love bears. If I could grow a beard, I'd be a bear, you know? Like, I didn't realize they meant the actual, like, creature bear. I thought they meant people bears. I'm stupid. Anyways, I'm gonna BRB, and think about my life choices. I'll be back in just a second. You're all breathtaking. See you in a minute. Enjoy the BRB. Enjoy the BRB screen. There it is. Okay, back in a sec. You're great. Back in a minute. Hoi hoi hoi. I'm back. Hi everybody. Hello. Welcome back, friends. It's good to be back. Hello, hello, hello. Anyways, Eva says, honestly, I was very good with living through summer without AC all my life, but I'm at the point as soon as I earn money again, I buy an AC. I would love, honestly, I would love to have a little bit of money to just get, like, even just an AC unit for, like, the bedroom or something so that I could sleep. And honestly, probably just spend all day in that one room. That would be nice. Would you rather be lost in the forest with a teddy bear or a blowhide? Both. Both. Don't make me choose. Don't make me choose. I would choose both. So my current sleeping situation is that we have one bed, and it is shared between myself, my partner, his teddy bear Blue Teddy, who he's had for a very, very long time, my teddy bear Buck the bear, who I've had for a very, very, very long time, Mr. Happy Potamus, who I've had since university, and Blo, the Shork, who we adopted from IKEA in Toronto a few months ago. So, it is a very snug and cozy bed situation, but we're very happy. Anywho, oh, what do I want to do about these shelves? I don't know. Anyways, and there was only one bed. Pretty sure I've read that fic before. I might have written, you know, knowing me at some point, I've probably written that fanfiction. I don't remember I don't remember what I wrote when I was in my, like, 20s, okay? No comment. Anyways, I'm oversharing. Ignore me. And they were roommates, says Archon. I feel like it would be weird if I referred to my literal spouse as my roommate or my flatmate. Hi, this is my roommate. We're married. So, I mean, technically we do share a room. We're married. Anyways. I mean, it's not untrue that we share a room. Because we're married. What was I gonna say? I forget. I'm absolutely not scrolling through, like, a whole bunch of my old artworks to try and figure out how I draw shelves. And if you can tell that I'm doing that, no, you can't. Anyways, I am not kidding when I say that it is so warm out that, like, my brain just isn't working at this point, I think. But I'm trying my best, and I shall persist and continue as best as I can. Ooh, a little breeze just blew in from the window. That feels real good. You can keep doing that, Mr. Window. That's nice. I like that. Ah, heck, and indeed, pretzels. Yeah, what's for dinner, friends? What are we doing in this intolerable heat for dinner? I've got some delicious baba ganoush. I have a couple of flatbreads, and I have a whole bunch of vegetables, and we're just gonna eat that, I think. There's some falafels in the fridge, which may or may not end up being enjoyed cold, because I don't really like cold falafels, but I tell you what I like less than cold falafels, putting the heat on in this intolerably hot weather. So, you know. choices, I guess. I'm gonna make a change to this shelf. I'm gonna make this shelf be 3 shelves, and none of the shelves match because I think that's fun. That's what I'm gonna do. I bought a stick of bread at shop today, so I'll probably fill it with something yummy. Nice. I had bread for my lunch, in fact. I had, oh shoot! I forgot I was having bread for my dinner. I'm having bread twice today. Uh-oh. But at least this, our evening bread is like a flatbread situation with, some garlic and herbs happening in/on it. My lunch bread was 2 slices of Vogel's soy and linseed loaf, toasted with, if memory serves, come on memory, serve me, why don't you? If memory serves, served with some black currant marmalade and some cheese. Because I enjoy toast with cheese and jam. And I think that's very sexy of me. Anyways, but yeah, a stick of bread with something yummy sounds very nice, Samantha. I love that for you. Hell yeah. I have genuinely no idea what the supposed benefits of having alkaline water are as opposed to presumably pH neutral water, but it tasted fine, so happy with that, I guess. Time to switch to my iced tea. It's beverage number 3, strawberry rhubarb parfait. Oh my god, it's so good. Y'all, this tea is amazing. I wish I could buy it here, but I got it from Toronto. So, it's gonna be a wee while before I can have it again. Oh, sad faces. Okay. I guess probably that shelf ends like there, but you're not going to really be able to see what's on that shelf anyways. Most drinks you drink are slightly acidic, so an alkaline one is novel, says Samantha. This is true. There's definitely a little bit of acidity in this tea. There is a sourness from the probably hibiscus and some of the fruits, because a lot of fruits are a little acidic, like strawberries and apples and most fruits, citrus of various kinds, you know. Coffee. Coffee's an acidic beverage. Tea, acidic beverage. Is it any wonder that, I have the heartburns? And guess what? I've also run out of heartburn medicine, so yay! Here's hoping I don't trigger that tonight. Oh, good. I mean, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Yes, I did make one. There's one little shelf here that is incredibly narrow because I think that'll be fun. Slurble! Hello, welcome in. Just stopping in to say hello and lurk. I hope everyone is well. Hello. Welcome in, and thank you so much for the lurk. I hope you have a lovely lurk. Lovely to see you. Welcome on in. I am just making some shelvies. I would like to put some cute, like, sort of antiquarian coffee making equipment along the back wall here. Maybe some different, like, packets and tins and jars of coffee beans and perchance other sort of magic potions, syrups and chocolates and teas and what have you that may go into the delicious concoctions of this very special barista. Or at least I hope this is something that I am able to do here. So these shelves I think are going to be a little bit closer together. And the other one's not quite so tall. So these are going to be shelves that house little bits. which I think will be very, very fun. And this one I'll probably just pop. I should be measuring these, but you know what? I figure also some of these shelves might be quite, have been there for quite some time. This is a very well-established little cafe. So there's just shelves in behind this guy. Because why? Because I have no chill. And I just didn't want to make a piece that felt too sort of minimalist. I didn't want there to just be like one shelf and some stuff that, because I've done that sort of coffee shop setup a number of times now, and I was like, you know, I want to do something different. So this time I've done something different, and that's what I'm doing here. There are some books. Do we think that these books are pertaining to coffee and tea and baking and stuff? They could be. They could be. They might be. That could be fun. A nice selection of interesting tomes being housed in this little cafe / bookshop. I love a cafe bookshop situation. I think it's so cozy to hang out among the books, drink a flat white, eat a bit of cake, you know, so nice. That and like any sort of museum or library cafes, gallery cafes, so nice. I had, last time I was in London with my person, I was there briefly, we'd had just enough time to stop in at the National Portrait Gallery Cafe for our lunch, and we had little sandwiches. Unfortunately, did not realize that my partner's sandwich had mustard on it and felt very, very bad about that because we don't like mustard in this house. Neither of us do. I can't remember what I had. It was something vegan. It was nice. It was fairly straightforward. It was it was like a brioche, like a vegan brioche roll with maybe like some falafel smashed into it. That's a popular, like, what do we do for a vegetarian lunch? Let's just mash a falafel into a bun, add some salad, ta-da, sandwich. Put some vegan mayo on it. You got yourself a yummy, tasty meal, I guess. Anyways. Ah, delicious. Delightful. Anyways. Let's get some more books on here. This book is at such an angle. It's a very jaunty angle for a book to be at, but this book doesn't mind. The book next to it is a nice substantial number. No idea what books these are. We'll figure that out when we get to there, I suppose. I'm gonna have a couple of little similarly sized books together. Maybe it's like a series of three volumes, and then the one next to it is absolutely completely mismatched from the others and much taller, but there we go. Okay, we've got some bookshelves going. I think that's fun. I think that's nice. I like it. And then I want to put just some little like potion-y, magic-y, spooky, fun, good spooky situation stuff happening maybe on this tiny little shelf here. Just some little thingies and what have yous. And what would you have in sort of a paranormal coffee shop, I wonder? I don't know. Definitely want to have some different, like a selection of loose leaf teas. I think they would have, and probably a couple different types of bean. They've got certainly whatever they'll have whatever they've got just as like on the regular spro, but then they'll have like a guest espresso as well, maybe a batch brew also, and something that they've sort of highlighted as like their daily filter coffee kind of situation. That there's more to the bar than you can see. I realize there should probably be like a menu board somewhere behind this guy, but maybe it's just on the wall over here, and you kind of look over to this side, and then you say, yes, I would like a flat white, please. And then the barista just smiles and nods, and then makes you the loveliest, spookiest flat white you've ever had in your life. Their house espresso is a really, really nice one for the season because it's got a nice sort of, I would say like a light medium roast with like a buttery, like a bit of a buttery sort of mouthfeel to it, and notes of apple pie. And I say this because I've had a really nice coffee before that definitely had tasting notes that put me in mind of apple pie, and I really liked it. Excuse me. So I want that for this coffee shop. I think that would be nice and cute and fun. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to ride out the hiccups and hope that they don't come back. I think we're okay. I think we're good to go. Okay, I'm back. I'm back now. Mouthfeel, says Samantha. Yeah. I honestly, I think it's such a weird word, but I also find mouthfeel to be a very useful illustrative word to talk about, like, the sort of the textures of especially beverages. You know, because it's the way that it feels in your mouth. Does it have a smooth mouthfeel? Does it have a creamy mouthfeel? Does it have a gritty mouthfeel? These are all things you can get from coffees. Does it have like a thin and sour mouthfeel? It's probably under extracted. Does it have a harsh and bitter mouthfeel? It's probably over extracted. Samantha says, look, my first introduction to mouthfeel was from ContraPoint, so interesting. I confess, I've seen a number of Natalie ContraPoint's videos. I don't remember when she talked about mouthfeel. But I know it mostly in terms of, like, thinking about coffee. But also it's a great word, and I have enjoyed every video that I've seen by the lovely ContraPoints, a video essayist over on the YouTubes. If you are not familiar with her work, she's fun. Anyways, oh yes, also not to toot my own horn again, or blow my own trumpet. Anyways, to do, she was okay, that's adult, so I'm not gonna read it out, but I see. That is also, I will say, a very valid use of the word mouthfeel. Reminds me of something someone once told me about something that changed my experience of a certain food stuff for the rest of my life, that I will not repeat here, because even though this is a grown-up stream for grown-ups, I don't want to get banned from Twitch. But, I might, if you're okay, I might put it in the Discord later, but I will put it under spoilers, because it is a little bit grown-up. That's all I'll say. So the word is forever linked to that context for me, says Samantha. If that's your introduction to the word mouthfeel, I can understand that being what you associate it with, because that is very different from my experience of the word mouthfeel, which is, does the chocolate feel smooth or gritty? Does the wine have a light body or a fuller one? I'm gonna stop talking and just draw. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Anywho. I want to get some little, like, syrups and stuff, I think, on the shelf here. So maybe, what if we have, like, a little, actually, if I do, like, ooh, yeah, okay. I'm gonna have the syrups be, like, in these very potion-y looking bottles. They are syrups, but I'm putting them in fun little potion bottles, because why? Because I think it's cute. And there's nothing to say that this coffee shop can't have cute potion bottles of, you know, almond syrup and vanilla syrup and caramel syrup. Whichever syrups you prefer, I don't know. If you like syrupy drinks, what's your favorite syrup? I used to really like... It's hard to find. You don't see a lot of places that do almond syrup just as like a standard. But getting a matcha latte with almond syrup is really nice. Specifically, matcha latte, soy milk, almond syrup. Massive thumbs up from me. Very, very delicious. Do recommend. Super nice. I don't like the way that this bottle looks. I think it looks too clunky. It's too much clunky for me. I want to make it cuter, so I'm starting over. But yeah, matcha latte, almond syrup. There we go. Just a happy little potion. Just a happy little syrupy potion. Very nice. Very magical. It's okay if none of these match, because that's just the kind of place this is, I think. There we go. We've got, ooh, maybe gingerbread syrup. One time, I had ordered an iced latte with vanilla syrup, and they gave me gingerbread syrup, and it turns out I don't like gingerbread syrup in hot coffees, but in an iced coffee, from specifically a chain coffee shop where the espresso is honestly mid at best. Gingerbread syrup, really nice in an iced latte, actually, which seems really weird to me, because it's not something that I would have, like, gravitated towards, but I actually really enjoyed it. So there you go. Unless it's sugar-free gingerbread syrup, in which case, I would rather just have coffee than have sugar-free syrup, personally. But that's just because I find sugar-free things to tend to be actually incredibly cloying, compared to their, like, sugared counterparts. Let's get some different jars of, let's get some different jars of, like, loose leaf tea on this shelf, perhaps. These ones, the shelf is a little bit, the top portion of it, I think, is a little bit obscured here, so we can't see the very tops of them, but they've got these lovely little labels that will tell you what sort of tea is in them. Oh, this one's very popular. It's running out. Maybe that's Earl Grey or something. People seem to like Earl Grey quite a lot. We're not big Earl Grey drinkers in this house. My husband can't stand Earl Grey. He thinks it tastes like dishwater. I'm kind of, to be honest, as a tea drinker, I'm kind of Earl Grey ambivalent. I think it's all right, but I would gravitate more. If I'm having a fairly standard tea, I would gravitate more to like an English breakfast situation, personally. But yeah, how many milliliters? It's 600 milliliters. Damn, that's a big bottle of water. Good. This is a nice quality water bottle, I will say, so I'm gonna hold on to it and just refill it rather than recycling it, because it's got a good, like, top shape, and it holds a lot of water, so that's great. I'm sure the tap water will taste just fine. Le gasp, says Samantha. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But I was given to understand that tea Earl Grey hot was the epitome of tea, says Samantha. I mean, listen, I appreciate the specialness and importance of a tea Earl Grey hot, don't get me wrong. Tee-hee. If anyone doesn't know, that's Captain Picard's standard order, from, the Star Trek replicator. Do you think the replicator uses, like, boiling water? Because if you're making black tea, you need boiling water. You don't want it to be, like, hot water of indeterminate temperature. It is just boiled, you know? It is boiling and bubbling, and you are pouring it into your teacup. Otherwise, you're not going to get a good extraction from the tea. Oh god, Lux, I almost did a spit take. Lux says, tea, lemon zinger, hot. Imagine if his tea of choice was lemon zinger. I feel like that would change the tone of the entire TV series. Imagine disagreeing with Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Listen, we agree on many other things, I'm sure. But there are other teas I would rather drink than Earl Grey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. To be fair, he's fighting with the replicator to make a decent cup of tea. I'm sure he is Archon, yes. I assume the replicator just recreates the chemical makeup of an already brewed tea, says Samantha. That's... Wow. That's gotta be rough. Do you think he's got, like, the very specific parameters of, like, how long the tea bag was in there and all that other stuff, like, pre-programmed into the thing? Because, I mean, there's a lot of... So, okay, I was watching a YouTube video with my partner yesterday in which someone was demonstrating how to make a proper cup of tea, and they were like, you've got to let it steep for at least 5 minutes, and I know like, if I'm using a tea bag, I'll give it, like, a minute or two. My partner, using a tea bag, pours the hot water onto it, and then pretty much immediately takes the tea bag out if he's making, like, just a black tea and not a Builder's or something like that. So we were sitting there like, oh... I like this guy, but that's incorrect for us. Oh no. So having just like a cup of tea out of the replicator, are you continuously fighting for it to be like a cup of tea, but like if you leave the bag in for at least 5 minutes, or a cup of tea, but you have to take the tea bag out immediately? Or I know someone whose preferred cup of tea is to pour a cup of hot water and literally dip the tea bag into it and take it back out and set the tea bag aside to steep another 12 times. I think they mostly prefer hot water. Which is fair enough if that's what you're into. Very homeopathic tea, that. Samantha says, I think that's a different franchise with dispensers that consistently giving something that is almost but not quite entirely unlike tea. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I have to say I'm glad I don't exist in that universe. Because I would be very sad with the almost but not quite entirely unlike tea situation. That would make me feel sad. But anyways. Archon says his fighting with the replicator to make a decent cup of tea and reprogramming its parameters is a regular plot point. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy just also had a similar plot point. That, listen, tea is a very specific experience and a very personal experience. So, you know, like, I get it. Okay. Gonna pop a few more of these, like, glass jars of loose leaf tea onto the shelf. We've got one of these situations. Doot. And now I just have to try and recreate this shape 3 times and have it look somewhat identical. Oh no. It's already not working. Let's just pretend that these were all made by hand by someone who's not very good at glass blowing. Oh no. Oh, everything's going horribly wrong. Pretzels. Also, this entire, like, it has become much more involved than it was initially supposed to be, so, whoops. It was gonna be just a very simple piece that I can knock out in the space of 2 streams, and yet here we are. Here's hoping I can paint the entire thing next time. Yay! Oh well, anyways, so we've got some teas on these shelves. We've got maybe some green teas as well. Maybe like an herbal tea situation. I don't know. I'll figure that out when we get there. And then we've got some interesting syrups. We've got I'm gonna pop some like bags of beans onto here. So I think what I'm gonna do with the bags of beans is kind of make them cute. So I'm going to kind of stack them on top of each other like this. Maybe this one is like their house blend here, and there's, well, you can't see most of the ones behind this barista, but you can just about see that one, and perchance there's one sort of perched on top of it, like so. Maybe that's like, this is their house blend, this is their guest espresso kind of thing. They're serious about making a good cup of coffee in this cafe. I mean, look at this little guy. They're doing amazing, and they should feel very proud, honestly. And I love that for them. What else? What else? Maybe some of the more interesting sort of limited edition coffees or stuff. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna pop an extra shelf in here. Actually, have just like a little short shelf in behind. Because why? Because I think it would be cute, and it also allows me to pop several different sort of releases of different like seasonal single origin and blend coffees that they maybe have available here. Did you just call them a barista, or did I mishear? Because if you didn't, you should. That's what they're called now, Samantha. That is what they are called now. Thank you. That's wonderful, and I love it. Oh my goodness gracious. That is, they are a barista. Oh no, that's so stinking cute. Oh, I love it. That's... Oh my goodness. Oh, my stars and garters. That's precious heck. Thank you for that absolutely divine inspiration. Incredible. Good job. Thank you. I suppose it doesn't really matter so much what's behind here because we can't really see it that well. Maybe, honestly, maybe they've just got some, like, probably some stacks of to go, or maybe, do you think they sell like teacups or mugs or brewers or something like that? They could be back there as well. Maybe they have some little, like these little sort of cone-shaped brewers available for sale. And they've got a little stack of thems sort of hanging out back here. Wait, how would they stack? No, I guess you can't really stack cone-shaped brewers that well. So maybe that's all that's on that shelf, and I'll just make things a little easier for myself. Heck! And then over here, I think we're going to be back in the land of, like, also some books. Because then I get to draw more books. This is a fairly thin volume. And it's next to some, various sizes of interesting bookies. Some of these bookies are probably about coffee. Some of these bookies are about various other things. Some of them are, I don't know, possibly some spicy romance novels about various cryptids, if that's what you're into. Romancing the Bigfoot or something. Maybe some ghost stories. Like some kind of fun ghost story situation, I don't know. All kinds of fun stuff happening in this cafe. It's just a good place. It's a cool place. I love this for them. I want to go to here. I want this to be a place that exists. I want to hang out in it. And I'm kind of sad that it doesn't, but oh well. Never mind. At least I'm glad that it exists for this little barista. I'm glad they have a job. I'm glad it's something that they enjoy. I think that's nice. I feel like this is coming together. It's feeling like a very, like, more of a complete space now. Am I putting too many things into it? Maybe? Romancing the gargoyle, says Samantha. Oh no, that would be adorable. Oh, bless. It also does cast my mind back to that 1990s animated show Gargoyles. Does anyone remember that? Does anybody else remember that show? They were a bunch of, like, gargoyles on, like, a building or something, and they come to life, and they're creatures, and they're named after various locales in New York City because it's set in New York City. And the voices were all TNG actors. Yes, absolutely. I think that might be why I started watching it, because I was like, oh my goodness, the people from that space show I like are in this animated show about gargoyles. Well, this is my favorite thing now. I remember that show, says Samantha. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Tee. Oh, that was a fun show, if memory serves. Which it may not, I don't know. There was a prophecy about them not waking up until the castle flies above the clouds, so some billionaire buys the castle and ships it to New York on a plane. That's why they come to life! Oh my god! Yes! That's so funny. Love that for them, though. That was, I hope they had a nice time in New York. I genuinely don't remember what happens in that show. But I'm gonna pop some little, like, tins of. We've got some little tins of drinking chocolate here. We've got a little, like, I'm gonna make this one like 40%. I'm gonna make this one 75%. So we've got like a milk chocolate. We've got a nice dark chocolate for drinking, and they're gonna be all delicious. Ooh, lovely, lovely hot chocos for your drinks. I'm gonna put some little spice jars and tins on here if you want a little shake of cinnamon or cardamom or nutmeg on your beverage. We've got little jars for those. And what else does a cafe need for their foods and beverages? We've got teas, we've got coffees, we've got syrups, we've got hot chocolates, we've got books of various descriptions, we've got delicious pastries in the case there, we've got some little brewers that you can buy. Maybe you can buy a little, like, hand grinder. I'm gonna draw on a little hand grinder in case someone wants to buy a hand grinder. So, because I think they're neat. I like to hand grind my coffee beans. It's just a nice, like, I know there are probably a lot of people who would really rather automate that process, but there's something I find very meditative about sort of the various steps that I take in brewing a cup of coffee that I don't want to automate any of those steps. I'm not somebody who just wants to buy a machine where I can press a button and get a delicious cup of coffee. I like being able to, like, I weigh out the beans. I grind the beans by hand. I decant those beans into the brewer of choice. If I'm using an AeroPress, I just dump it into the AeroPress. If I'm making a filter coffee, I pre-wet the filter paper with hot water. I discard that water. I place the grounds in, and then I use a nice pouring kettle to methodically pour the water over it. I don't want a machine to do all that for me because it feels good to do it. I like to do it. I like doing things with my hands, I often find myself needing to grind some hands, says Kobe. That's not what I meant. Also, hi. Hello. Nice to see you. And welcome. My goodness gracious. No. Anyways, I'm just gonna pop a little stack of teacups, well, not teacups, but just like mugs back here, because I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that they get through a lot of mugs in this place as the day goes on. So they probably need spares. I think that's as much as I've got space to put in the picture. So I think I'm going to stop putting things in the picture now. And I've just seen the time, so I think I'm going to call it there for today. So we didn't paint this, but I'm going to paint this using this palette because it feels very autumnal and very coffee shoppy, and I think that'll be good for this piece. Or maybe I'll use these paintings, because there's a lot of browns and stuff in this set of colors as well. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. What palette should I use for these? Should I use this one? Or this one? Or this one? I don't know. Question marks? Maybe I should put it to a poll. What color scheme do I use? Which set of these colors do we feel are the most appropriate? I don't know. Anyways. Smith says, I don't want a machine to do that for me because it is nice to do. AI Art Tech Bros does not compute. Yeah. They don't get it. They don't get it. The satisfaction that comes from actually, like, something that has been wrought with your own two hands versus, just sort of having it be instantly done. There is an innate satisfaction in doing that you just don't get from not doing that. There's some stuff I'd love to be able to not do, like, you know, hoovering and tidying up, but no, let's automate the fun things. Jeez Louise. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna call it there for today because I need to cook dinner, and if I start painting now, we'll be here for another few hours. I need to do some cooking. So I'm gonna thank you all for hanging out with me. If anyone is still here, thank you. I'm gonna see if there's anyone on that we can raid. I am so warm, so sweaty, and I do apologize for if my brain has been quite dead today because of it, but here we are. I'm gonna see if there is someone that we haven't seen in a little while that I can do a little raid on. I'll be back on Thursday actually painting this piece. That's the difference. And I think that'll be nice. Hopefully that'll be nice. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, I think assuming they're not just about to finish, I think I know a nice place we can go to do a little raid. I haven't raided in a little bit, so that'll be nice. Let me go check and see that they're not just about to end. Anyways. But yeah, I'll actually be painting this on Thursday, which is what I planned to do today, and then didn't. So, apologies for that, I guess. Yeah. Let's go say hi to Maya. Assuming that they are not just about to, please don't be about to finish. I can't tell. Okay, well, let me pop a generic raid message in the chat in the meantime. And thank you all for hanging out with me today. I'm sorry if I've been a little bit spicy. It's tough because the weather sucks. Let's get some kiwis. Let's pop some kiwis in the generic raid message today. Just little plaps. If you have the emotes, feel free to join with the emotes. If you don't have the emotes, you can just say generic raid message. It's all good. I'm going to start the raid. I'm going to thank y'all for hanging out with me today. I'm going to hope that you all have a wonderful evening. I hope that you're able to hydrate, stay cool, do all that stuff. You're all breathtaking. Hope to see you again soon. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today. It's been a quiet, weird day. And yeah, this has been really nice. So have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching. And I'll be back on Thursday. So, goodbye and good night. Where's the mute button? There it is. Okay, bye.